Bangladesh for his statement, and I give the floor to His Excellency Leonardo Bencini, Disarmament Ambassador and Permanent Representative to the Conference on Disarmament. You have the floor. Italy.
Thank you, Chair. Italy fully aligns itself with the statement delivered by the European Union. I will make some additional remarks in my national capacity. Italy remains fully committed to effective multilateral action against the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction and their means of delivery, securing sensitive materials, especially from access by terrorist networks, and implementing effective export control regimes continue to be major challenges. These challenges point to the need for the universal and effective implementation of the Biological Weapons Convention and the Chemical Weapons Convention. Building on the positive momentum created by the 9th Review Conference of the BWC of nearly 2 years ago, the working group that the conference established is making slow but steady progress. On 26 March 2025, it will be 50 years since the convention entered into force. It is an important symbolic moment, and it would be a fitting occasion to agree on what we would call an early harvest. Italy supports the idea of convening a special conference in 2025 with the goal of adopting the two mechanisms envisaged in the final document, respectively on international cooperation and assistance and on science and technology. Consensus is within reach on these two mechanisms that will benefit all states parties, but particularly and most crucially, they will benefit developing countries. We appeal to all states parties to the BWC to rise to the important occasion of 2025 and make this joint effort towards a long overdue institutionalization of the Convention. In light of the above, we believe this is not the right time to discuss the establishment of other organizational structures or agencies, as this would not enjoy consensus and would divert our attention away from the mandate and the goals of the working group. Chair, Italy remains strongly committed to supporting the Chemical Weapons Convention and the OPCW. The international community has a shared responsibility to enforce the prohibition of chemical weapons. We are deeply concerned by the repeated use of chemical weapons in recent years, in particular in Syria, the United Kingdom, and Russia. We condemn in the strongest possible terms any use of chemical weapons anywhere, at any time, by anyone, under any circumstances. It is imperative to identify and hold accountable the perpetrators of those attacks. We urge Syria, once again, to take all the measures to solve, in full cooperation with the OPCW, the pending issues and ensure full compliance with the CWC. We are concerned at reports of alleged use of riot control agents by Russia as a method of warfare in Ukraine. We call on Russia to strictly comply with its obligations under the CWC and put an end to its campaign of disinformation against Ukraine and others regarding alleged use of chemical weapons. In this context, we strongly defend the OPCW Technical Secretariat, in particular the OPCW fact-finding mission and its investigation and identification team, against baseless accusations and attacks on its integrity and credibility through deliberate campaigns of state-sponsored disinformation. Italy remains deeply concerned by the increasing risk of weapons of mass destruction falling into the hands of non-state actors, particularly terrorist networks. This is why we support the full implementation of United Nations Security Council Resolution 1540, including by increasing national capacities in the implementation of non-proliferation measures. We also attach great importance to the UN Secretary General's mechanism, the only existing framework that provides for an independent investigation of alleged use of biological weapons, which worked successfully in the past. We reject any attempt especially by the Russian Federation, to weaken this mechanism. I thank you, Chair.
I thank the distinguished representative of Italy for his statement. I give the floor